All right, we're going to figure out what kind of train wreck this is going to be.
You forgot 3, 2, 1 again.
I like how we corrected him. He got quieter, so he couldn't even hear when he was counting anyway.
You forgot 3, 2, 1. I don't know where we at. What's the number?
Blast off.
Yeah. NASA would not do this shit.
No.
What cut rate place are we doing right now? We can't even pay for three numbers.
Now,
Oh.
that's fucking. We're on a budget, man. It's
We're on a
zero budget show.
Do you know how expensive 1, 2, and 3 are to say?
Those get like medals and shit.
Yeah, Sesame Street owns that shit. And
Yeah.
You do not fuck with the street.
No, dude, we're a fucking. This is a participation ribbon show. This
I
ain't.
like this. It's a blue ribbon.
Nope. No fucking way we've ever earned that bitch. Speaking of which, since the name of this non-blue ribbon show is Warhammered, I'm Jazz. That's Beer Jim.
Hey.
And that's Caitlin.
I'm back.
We are a low rent,
Yeah.
a haphazard.
Haphazard's a good word for
Haphazard, I think, is probably the best. We're a haphazard podcast here on the interwebs
Yeah.
that discuss nerd lore, a lot of Warhammer topics.
Right.
But nerd lore at a.
Wave top level.
There you go. What we mean by wave top is we did like no research and we're probably wrong. So that's a.
Yeah, we're more entertainment based.
Yeah.
But Jazz, what are we not wrong about?
But one of the things that we're never wrong about here is the other half of this show, which is where we talk to the Baron of Brewing, the
Sultan of Swill.
the Sultan of Swill. That's a good one.
You like that?
Yeah. The Swami of Swish. Let's see.
The connoisseur of the cask.
I like that one. I do. The King of the Keg, gold medal winning,
Gold medals.
current inventor of the best amber lager in the world. And he's here to trickle a little yeast into your ear holes right here on Jim's Beer Corner.
Also, just for our listeners and viewers, if you do have yeast in your ear holes, go consult a doctor immediately. It's not supposed to fucking be
I
there.
don't know. I think you should change your email signature from Jim, owner of Second Pitch, to
Jim.
Connoisseur of the Cask.
Yeah, just
I
all
like
the
that.
names.
Everything we just said. Just,
I'm gonna do it one better. I'm gonna do it like Did you guys read the book Wolf Time when in 40K when they were like listing off all the names of Logan Grimnar when he's coming in?
Yep.
I want to do that. Jim, the cast, the connoisseur of cast, the
burger of the brew.
yeah, the burger of the brew, the aristocrat of the ales.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's what we have to do.
just brewer,
Lord of the Lager.
Lord of the lager. Yeah,
Yeah, schedule maker.
I love it. Schedule makers.
Janitor.
Also known as Jim. All right, we're going to talk about beer today for a little bit, and we're going to talk about a very fun event that's happening this coming week, which if Jas puts out this thing when he says he is,
Totally
you will,
got it.
Yeah, totally going to nail it. We're going to be doing... that means he's not.
I'll do it tonight.
You do it tonight?
Yeah, I'll do it tonight.
Oh,
If not
fantastic.
tomorrow morning, really early.
Okay,
I'll
that's
do it
fine. Yeah,
tonight.
whatever.
I'll do it
I'll
tonight.
take that. I'll take that 7 days a week. All right. What we're going to talk about is the British Brown Ale. And we actually have made a British Brown Ale, and I'm just going to pour it right down the center because I hate you guys, and I want you to have tons of fun.
I was like, that's not how you're supposed to do that, but
No, it's not. And this will be mine.
You are a piece of shit. But it's just
There you go.
what is
There you
what
go.
is this abortion that you just handed me? That's just rude.
It's funny. There, you get a little bit more.
Speaking of, before I forget, while we're waiting for this to settle out so it's drinkable,
Foam adds flavor.
I'm not saying that you shouldn't open up your beer, but I don't want a mouthful of air before I actually get to the liquid.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Couple episodes back, if y'all remember, we discussed a movie here
Oh,
on this podcast that the three of us watched at my house, and you came over, and there was a rack of PBR involved,
yeah.
and we watched a cinematic masterpiece
One of the best movies.
Yeah.
With Ice Chip in it.
with Ice Chip and called Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear.
It's so good.
We
The
stumbled
great Ray Liotta's final
film. We stumbled across a new film last night that we did not watch,
Okay. Out of reverence to our
but we feel like it's time
to do another one.
to do another one.
I'm in.
There is, and we need to get it done this month because this will be our spooky movie of the month.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
There is a movie out right now called Slaughterhouse. And it is a horror film about a killer sloth.
Okay. Have you been around sloths? Have you ever
No.
been
Yeah,
held
they're
one?
terrifying.
Not
They're
personally.
fucking horrifying.
Yeah, they're
They're
horrifying.
moving all slow, but you look at that son of a bitch like you can move faster. You're choosing not to.
Yeah, they're horrifying.
They're horrifying. They're scary creatures.
They're just
Yeah.
doing it on purpose.
No,
They're
they're
doing it on
terrifying.
purpose. Yeah,
And they look
They
at you with
have
that creepy smile and shit.
And
Yeah.
they have huge claws. Like I'm talking like 4 to 5 inch claws.
Yeah, they got to hook onto stuff.
Yeah, but that do you know what else it can hook onto? Your face.
Yeah, or your intestines.
Yeah, very slowly.
What if they have you? I'm like, we're gonna
I'm not
find
gonna
out
lie.
in the horror movie.
If I was gonna get eviscerated, I think I'd rather be fast than sloth slow.
I
like
don't know.
just slowly dragging that thing through your gut and
Yeah.
just
I don't know if y'all saw the tagline for the movie, but I will read it out to you because it was funny. So I think it's about like a sorority house because the tagline is "Don't rush, die slow," and it's a picture of a sorority house and a bunch of girls with a paddle, and then the sloth above it, just like impending doom.
Slaughterhouse.
I love it.
Yeah.
There's nothing
So-
about this.
So
that I
we're
love.
due for another
Do you know
movie night.
Do you know one of my favorite quasi horror flicks are? Cabin in the Woods.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
a great one.
I love
Yeah, yeah.
Cabin in the Woods
Good one.
so much. When I first watched that, I expected it to be a horror movie. I'm just like, oh no, this isn't a horror movie. This is hilarious.
It's silly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is one of the greatest movies ever made.
Yeah, that
All
one's
right.
good.
Back
so
to
anyways,
beer.
back to beer.
Sorry.
So we have made a collab beer with us, Second Pitch Beer Company, and Freetail Brewing Company. And it is our English brown, and we're releasing it for San Antonio Beer Week, which starts Saturday, the 21st.
It's the 21st
Yeah, 21st. Starts off with the
of
San Antonio.
23. If you're finding this like in the
Yeah,
future,
yeah, of
you're
23.
fucked. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, October 21st, 2023. And it's a great weekly event, but let's talk about the beer. So we made this beer with Freetail. It's a very traditional English brown ale. You're going to get a ton of toffee notes. You're going to get a little bit of caramel in there. You're going to get a little bit of burnt flavor as well, a little bit of ashiness to that. But very, very good beer.
This reminds me of Old Speckled Hen.
Very similar to that. Yeah. So you kind of have like your bitters, and then you have your browns, and then you have your stouts.
For
and they're
those of you
kinda
that
just
don't
all-
know what Old Speckled Hen is, that is a deep cut English beer.
Yeah, that is a great beer, though.
It's super fucking good.
I see you an Old Speckled Hen, and I race you a hen's tooth.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
Okay.
about a saber tooth?
No, hen's tooth is like the Old Speckled Hen's like premier version.
Yeah, that's their trick with Old Speckled Hen. You actually want to sprinkle a little bit of salt on the top of it. It's
Do you?
fucking wild. It's one of the weirdest drinking events I've ever had. Well, like, but
Yeah.
a British guy told me how to drink it, and he was like, "You want to take a little bit of table salt
Just
and you salt bay the top of it, and
just this a little bit,
just a little bit of across the top."
little bit.
And, and you do it, and you literally watch it like dissolve into the beer, and
Yeah.
you watch all this effervescence open up, and it like
Do you want to know? Do you
it
want
opens the beer up.
If you ever have to do
kind of
photography with beer,
Fucking wild.
if you ever and you don't have to do it, have a thing of table salt, and you salt the beer.
Yeah, it'll
before, and it will foam
it'll
up.
give
Your
you the
head will
runs.
It will give
Yeah,
you
yeah.
that huge, billowy, puffy head.
yeah, and it'll give you the if you're ever
I
videoing
like how you said
beer.
it gives you the runs.
Yeah.
just like,
Well,
that's what I was talking about.
Too much salt will give you the runs, by the way. But
Yeah.
no, it'll let the bubbles will run up the side of the glass and stuff like that. So if you need to
Yeah.
do video shots and
Yeah,
stuff
and
like
stuff
that,
like
of
that,
that,
it's
like
beautiful.
yeah, that's
it can
that's
do
how
it
they do
really
it. It's not drinkable afterwards, but
Yeah.
it will work.
So the reason that we made this beer was because our quality control manager, Paige Martin, her fiance, Alex.
Yep. That's it.
There you go, nailed it.
There it is.
Don't worry, neither of them listen to this show. I don't care. Alex works for Freetail. She works for me. So we kind of were able to hook up and make a nice beer out of this. And so, yeah. History of British brown ales. They've been around for fucking ever. Next question.
Yeah, he's not wrong. Like, so this is one of the ones that I'll actually chime in. But British browns are literally, there's like no ingredient to them. They are the base of making fucking beer.
Yeah.
And this is the one So everybody thinks that going to England and asking for a pint is going to get you Guinness. It probably will now, but all of that vernacular of go down to the pub, pop down for a pint, and all that kind of
we're
stuff.
bitters and browns.
They're talking about browns, and browns were the ones that all of those famous pubs that have like two things in the name. It's always like the Cannon and Goose.
Yeah, the King's Arms, the Queen's Head.
There's always like two things and then together, whatever.
Duchess's buttress.
They all made that shit like there, and then the cask got moved to the basement with the cellar, which is where cellar temp and shit comes from. And they have those manual fucking pumps on the front, and they are literally pumping beer up from the cellar, and that's what they're pouring. And it's this. It's British Brown.
Fun thing to thank you for bringing that up. We actually have a cask of this British Brown, straight British Brown. It's going to be on. We're selling it on Saturday.
Nice.
That's awesome. That's
so
super
we're
cool.
we're doing it like very traditional English
That's super cool.
So,
And is that at the event or at the bar?
at the bar, at the brewery,
The brewery.
the brewery?
The brewery. But yeah, so all of that popped down for a pint. Every pub had it. Like it was just easier just to make it in the back, and that was just their pint. But it was just brown. Like that was
it.
It's just you
Like,
went
it's
and you
just
were
like,
like
yeah,
pint
it
of
was-
brown.
it was
and
beer.
It's literally
It was just like
it's just
beer.
fucking beer. So
Yeah, it's just a beer. So yeah, there's not much history on it because it's just like everything else kind of in some way like originated, at least in the English tradition of brewing. Everything there's kind of like two European traditions of brewing, which is the English tradition of brewing and then the German tradition of brewing. And everything that is more of the English, ales, that kind of stuff, really came from this beer. They're all kind of variations off this to like you go bitter or more dark malt, less dark malt, and you created something else. But it all kind of just started with this.
and it's a weird thing for history purposes because there wasn't like it was the Royal Brewery that made this style, and that's what it was literally it was all
beer.
homebrew.
Yeah,
like
it was homebrewed.
it was literally that pub was just making it in the back, and you went down there and
Some dickhead in the 1500s,
and you
made a beer,
and you fucking put a penny on the bar, and they gave you a pint of beer, and
it was just the beer.
it was just beer.
It was beer.
Like
that was it. And your favorite bar made your favorite beer because that's the only beer they fucking made.
right. And so it turns into like no, the Cannon and Goose has the best brown, and it's like no, the King's Arms has the best brown.
They didn't
and
even
it's
call
like,
it a brown. It has the
it's
best
like-
beer.
It's just beer. And it's like, well, why are those the best? Well, because that's the one I can walk to. Like that's just the closest fucking place. So,
Exactly.
but it's good. It's good.
And then we have
there's not a lot to talk about with it because it's literally just
beer.
fucking beer.
It's fucking
Like,
beer.
Yeah.
I really hope Browns get a resurgence though. I'm like they're really well done. They can be made really well. Browns have always been
You
kind of
can't-
like
and
the
they're-
redhead stepchild of
and
the craft brewing.
They're
world.
also just they're fucking easy to drink. And
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
I want
Stop overthinking shit.
I want nothing more than to see the craft beer world go the direction of making easy to drink beers. Like, stop fucking making me work for it. I don't want to work for it. Like,
There was actually an article by the Austin newspaper that actually basically
the
said this.
Statesman.
Yeah, whatever it is, basically said that they had like their best breweries in Austin, and their whole like beginning like article was just like stop trying to be fucking clever.
Yeah, it's
It's fair.
and look, I'm not trying to suck the dick or whatever because we're friends and you sponsor the show and all that kind of stuff. But
Yeah, he's
um,
good at it.
speaking of which, Warhammered is brought to you by Second Pitch Beer Company.
Hey oh,
You can find them at secondpitchbeer.com.
drink beer.
But one of the things that I like about your brewery is it's also your mindset on it, and it's like you're not trying to be fucking clever. It's just like, hey, this is a good beer. I'm just gonna make a good version of this fucking good beer, and I don't have to work to drink your beer. Like
Right.
I don't have to do this whole like, well, it's got hints of cardamom in my mother's sweater, and it's
Yeah.
like, no, how about it's just, fuck, that's a good beer.
That's a good beer.
Like,
Yeah, it's I want to make a beverage that's a social lubricant.
Yeah.
Just a couple good beers, talk about gaming.
It's
on
why
microphones.
I think Hometown Lager does get so many awards. Is that like there's all the shit around it where people are literally trying to be fucking clever, and then you were just like, here's just a good beer,
Yeah, it was. It's
and
my
it
da-
stands out because you didn't try to stand out. Does that make?
yeah. I've always
It's like, I know that sounds weird, but
whenever I think about beer recipes, and this is kind of just going to where my head goes, is that I think of back to like what my dad used to say. My dad was actually a really good bartender, and he was just like, I was like, hey, how do you make a really good cocktail? And he was like, Use fresh ingredients. Use the best ingredients possible, and add a lot of ice. It's not that fucking hard.
And you measure from the heart.
Yeah, and you measure from the heart. You don't.
That's how I make
pull,
my cocktails, and they're
don't pull out a
perfect every
jigger there.
time.
Like just
See,
measure from the
whereas
heart.
I'm the opposite. Even when I make cocktails at home and stuff, like she wanted me to make her a whiskey sour last night, and I literally was like, "Okay, if I'm gonna do it, though, I'm gonna do it my way." Now, when I do that, I put all of the care into making sure, because to me, a cocktail, if you are very good and you can measure from the heart, meaning that you can just eyeball it, you can just kind of go like that feels right and that feels right, and you are very good, you can do that.
Right.
I don't bartend enough or pour complicated drinks enough
To be able to like, 2 parts. Yeah.
Right. So I do the whole like, here's my shaker, fresh ice.
Yeah, to each their own. Yeah.
Do the jigger, flip it, backfill it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't do over pour. Like I don't pour over the glass. Like because for me, for whiskey sour, which is, I don't do egg white because
That's weird.
Weird.
It's gross.
gross.
It's literally it's bourbon, lemon juice, and
Sugar.
simple syrup.
Yeah.
Which, if you don't know what simple syrup is, that is sugar melted inside of water.
Yeah.
Like that is
Equal parts.
It's equal parts sugar to water.
Yeah.
Like you do a cup of sugar, cup of water,
and
call
you
it a day.
melt it into a
Yeah, and
syrup.
you get it over 160 degrees and it'll
And so I did it, and it was literally like, so it was 1.5 parts whiskey, half part fucking simple syrup. Take a lemon, roll it on a cutting board until like you feel it completely collapse, so you can get all the juice out of it. Cut that. Take a half a lemon. Do it over ice. 2-part shaker. Shake the shit out of it until the shaker actually frosts. Break that apart. Put a strainer on the top of it to keep the seeds out of it. Pour it over an ice ball. Lemon the rim.
Call it a
Dress.
day. Bob's your
Hand
uncle.
it over.
Yeah.
And she drank it. She was like, "This is delicious." And I'm like, "It's very balanced. You get the
Yeah.
sweet, you get the savory, you get
Yeah.
you get the sour. Like it's all in balance." I can't. I've got friends of mine that have been bartenders for fucking 20 years that can like
Just do the pours and everything.
with or without speed pourers. They don't
Yeah.
give a shit, and they're gonna hand you a cocktail. It's just gonna be like,
Oh, that's really good.
"All right, do I suck your dick now?"
Yeah, like,
or like it's
how did we
like
do
they're
this?
that good. Like
It's like, all right, I get it.
yeah,
You're an alcoholic.
yeah. I'm impressed. But
I made a great old fashioned the other day.
yeah.
Mhm.
Measure
But
from the heart.
we're
old
doing more
fashions.
and more of those
Classic cocktails.
the classic cocktails. Because again, don't make me work for it. Like
Yeah.
a good cocktail should probably have 3 ingredients in it.
Is this like an old thing? Like, are we just getting old now, or
No,
just like we're just curmudgeon and shit?
no,
Like Ponyboy, are we old now? He doesn't say anything cool. Thanks, Ponyboy.
He doesn't really talk much, so
No, he looked dead at me and was like,
yeah, yeah. He's like,
So-
do you want a right answer? or the right answer?
Ponyboy, our producer. Not only does he help produce the show, he also the general manager at BattlePub, my
Yeah,
store.
he does a great job.
And so he does do a great job. He's legitimately
Hugs and kisses.
He's a great employee, and we love having him. But you literally asked whether or not we were old, and he looked dead at me like, "Am I supposed to answer this question? I don't."
As he's looking at you with all this gray in your
Yeah,
beard,
'cause
yeah, with all
the-
this tons of gray in your beard.
he's
and
at that
everything.
young age of 25.
Yeah,
Are you only 25?
yeah. Do you remember being 25?
Good for you.
Yeah.
I remember being 25.
So
I
wee
don't.
Babe.
Dude, I was cock full and bulletproof.
I know.
Like,
Well, you were Army, weren't you at 25?
yeah, at that point,
Yeah, so you
I was
were,
out saving the fucking world.
Yeah, you're out saving the world.
Yeah,
I was drinking behind a dumpster.
yeah.
So we had a different life path.
Yeah, no, we were both. But I mean, that was the young, dumb, and full of cum.
Yeah,
like that was
yeah.
fucking
trying
just
to be
out.
out
Like
every
yeah, I
night,
was
like-
bulletproof.
If I got $100 that day, I spent 90 of it at a bar.
Yeah, dude, that's how I learned how to run and puke at the same time.
Good for you.
Because we'd like you drink all weekend and have to do a PT test Monday morning. So you'd show up at formation at fucking 5 a.m. Monday morning because the Army knows what you're doing on the weekend.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
that's all we all do.
Yeah.
The Army's really good at making 2 things: killers and alcoholics. Like
for them.
that's
Functional alcoholics.
yeah.
Yeah, you got to function. Though.
And so you'd show up, but you're still drunk.
oh, yeah.
5 a.m. and they were like, "All right, we're gonna do push-ups, sit-ups, and run 2 miles because that's the PT test." At the time, they've changed it. But yeah, I literally learned how to run at my age. To pass, I had to do 2 miles. To max it was 14 minutes and 39 seconds. To pass was 17 and a half minutes. And I like to come in at about 15, 20.
Okay.
Like a solid fucking 80%.
Yeah,
like
that's good.
And
C's get degrees.
so 100%. So I needed to run like a 7.5 minute mile, 7:45, somewhere in there, right? And so you'd hit your pace, but it's not like a full sprint, but it's not a jog. It's like somewhere in between. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of the bouncing. You don't get a lot of the fluid motion. So you're just like,
Here it
yep.
comes.
But you can't slow down because that's going to lose time. So you just move out to the outside of the track and you just fucking puke into the bushes
But
while
also,
you're running.
I also like how with your theory, you had like a good 2 minutes.
I had a
to, like-
pad, dude.
You
I had a
you
pad.
like a good 2 minutes.
Yeah,
to
so
puke,
that means-
and you were just still too stubborn to be like, nope, hitting that 15 minutes.
Yeah. Well, no, because you had to plan for it, right? So because if you were running, I had a pad.
Like I would have used that pad. That's me. I would have been like, I got 30 seconds of vomit in me. Let's do this.
But here's the deal: is depending on how bad it was going to be, it might stop you, and that's what the pad's for. But
Oh,
if it's
that's
not
true.
going to stop you, then you can get that score because
What did
you're
you learn to backpedal as
you're
vomit?
you're
Just look at the guy in front of you.
no, you got
Pivot
to
around.
You learn how to side straddle and not actually
Just
stop.
crab walking.
Yeah,
Crab
And,
running. Bruh.
yeah, dude. It's
I
a
love
thing.
it. I
It's
love
a
it.
fucking
No.
thing. I'm not the only enlisted person that
We
is-
would have hated each other at 25 or been way too close of friends.
I don't know, man. I think we probably would have gotten along just fine.
Probably.
Now I probably would have been taking that PT test, puking in the bushes, going fucking Jim. Like,
God damn it.
yeah, it'd have been your fault.
Oh, absolutely. I
This
would've
guy
taken-
says he wants to own a brewery someday.
But I'd have called you on Friday, going like, "Yo, what are we doing this weekend?"
That's what we're doing. The same thing we do every day, Pinky.
yeah.
Try to drink out the bar.
So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Good times.
It taught me a lot of skills that I no longer use.
Yeah. But speaking of drinking way too much, this is Beer Week coming up also.
Yeah.
And so there's
this
a couple
Saturday,
good. Yeah, Saturday is the beer fest downtown.
downtown
So-
San Antonio. If you're not
Downtown San
local, I
Antonio.
don't know. It's,
Where can they find it? Where are they posting up?
Oh God.
Like where
I should
rough
probably know that.
vicinity?
Hold on.
Like Commerce Street?
I think Commerce Street.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think Commerce Street, something like that. Let's
Yeah.
say it's gonna be downtown. We'll use the internet. You have a computer in your pocket. Make it happen. I don't know what to tell you.
All right, I'm looking it up.
Like, what am I? Your dad? I'm not your dad.
San Antonio.
Your dad.
Beer
I'm not your dad.
festival.
You got a computer in your pocket. Go fucking find out for yourself. But we're doing that, and then another fun event that I always like people. Please come at Freetail at the South Press
Oh, it's
location
at Crockett Park.
at Crockett Park.
Oh, okay.
And then at Freetail on Thursday in the South Pressa one, there is the Brewers Olympics.
What is that?
That is where all of the brewers come together and we do stupid shit.
I like it.
We have a keg bowling.
When is this?
Okay.
This is Thursday.
Today?
No, next
week from
Thursday.
today. We are.
We're going to the wedding next Thursday.
Okay, well, other people that are listening,
Oh,
and I'm
right.
not going to be here either because I'm going
Yeah.
to be. There's a costume contest. I need to get my costume together. Let's see what else to do. Yeah, there's keg bowling. There is you have to pulling grain and stuff like that. It's the dumbest shit ever, and it's amazing.
That's awesome.
I love
That's
it.
awesome.
Yeah,
I
and
love
then we have at the brewery we have a bunch of different events. We have 2 casts that are coming on Saturday, which I won't be able to drink, and neither will you. But I'm pretty excited about them. Too bad I made a hot toddy
But Saturday the 21st or Saturday the 28th?
28th.
Yeah, it's literally my wedding.
Yeah, I know.
So
yeah.
all
But I'm telling this.
everybody in this room will not.
Yeah, but I'm
Be
telling
here
I'm
for
telling the
But telling them. They don't matter.
yeah, fuck them. Wait, I made a hot toddy cask.
That's awesome.
Okay.
So I use whiskey, lemon peel, and our summer lightning in that.
Oh.
With a lot of
that
honey.
could be really good.
What whiskey
Yeah.
do you use?
Like Highland
Okay.
or something like that, or West something. It's the one with the goat on the front, or the antelope from Colorado.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
You know?
I met the rep.
And then I made a pumpkin spice latte one for with our Belgian double. So those are gonna be really good casts. Come drink
You'll
them.
be fine.
Give me money.
Yeah. And go to second pitch anyways and fucking spend money.
Yeah, do it. All right, what are we talking about? That's enough of me.
Okay, so
I'm out.
that's all the beer shit.
Bye.
So, and therein is the last factual part of this show. Now we're gonna get into a bunch of made up shit.
Also, if you're watching this, I would just suggest turning away because I'm about 5 minutes away from take off my shirt.
It's so hot in
so
here.
hot.
Yeah, so we might get a little grumpy as this goes on. So where we're recording, we are inside of a mall, and they have the chillers turned off to repair them or work on them, upgrade, fucking something. I don't know. We got a very obscure letter that said on the 18th there would be mechanical something done to the.
Yeah, let's fucking do it during
was
the
like,
summer.
yeah,
Yeah, it's great.
cool.
It's 80 degrees outside.
So,
Let's turn off
anyways, the
AC.
studio
Makes
is
sense.
warm, and we have no ceiling fans. We have no nothing. It is just us in here,
just
just
us,
hot breathing
just-
the shit out of this right now.
Just living off each other's BTUs.
Did I had to switch my body position because I didn't want the camera to pick up my mustache sweat that's coming in right now.
I'm showing it all.
You just think you're hot. I'm literally have a scarf on my
I know.
I know.
face. So, anyways, I have a question for you, you fine folks.
Hit me.
We're aware that there are 4 chaos gods.
Korn, Nurgle, Slanesh, and Zeech.
Yep.
Cool. Nailed it.
Are they evil?
No.
I'm gonna. Okay, that's a complicated question. That's a complicated
I
answer
didn't say it was simple. I'm just saying.
because that gets
Are
into
they?
that gets into a lot of like philosophy type stuff.
Are
too.
they? Are they evil? Are the chaos gods evil?
Is chaos inherently evil?
No.
Well, no. I mean, chaos. I mean, have you never seen Jurassic Park?
Life finds a way.
Yeah, that's a chaostician's
I think
standpoint.
I think
Yeah,
the
that's true.
question to ask next is, do we know of any of the chaos gods what their true goal is?
They don't have one.
It's literally to produce and then consume worship. Like that's their
Yeah,
that's
they
their
don't have
whole
one.
thing.
They're
That's
they're a
not
bunch
evil
of
then.
dogs chasing cars.
How's
You
that
know.
evil?
Okay, I go ahead, walk
Yeah,
that out.
walk that
Why do you say they are not evil?
Yeah, give me what you got.
Since you were so quick to answer.
Yeah. This is what you. This is the military thing. First one open their mouth gets up on stage.
Why do I not think that
Yeah,
they're
why are the
not
chaos gods not evil?
Just that the same.
Now, I am not saying that you need to argue that they are good.
right.
Just why are they not evil?
I think it depends on 40K what you think the definition of evil is.
No, absolutely not. We're not doing the cop
Calm
out
it down,
on.
Nietzsche.
We're not doing the cop out on like, well, in the 40K universe, is anybody really good?
No. Yes. No. We know that.
No.
Yes.
This isn't about.
I mean, like
This
there
isn't
are,
about in comparison to what else is going on in
like,
the 40K
there are-
universe. We don't get to straw man argue this. You said the chaos gods are not evil.
No.
Why aren't they evil?
Because they have their own goal, which you just said is to consume and worship. So they're only consuming those that worship them, which want to be part of them anyway. 'Cause they're
Okay.
devoted to them.
Okay. I mean, like canonically.
Canonically?
Thank you. I'm gonna go with canonically. Like there
Are
are.
you going to talk about corn?
I'm going to talk about a lot of different ones.
Well,
yeah, corn's a great example.
because that would be canonically.
Hey, I like what your face is at. Okay, but so the idea of the chaos gods is they represent the emotions of humans, right? Of sentient beings. I think humans and Eldari are the most ones that will add the most emotional power to them.
Yeah,
And that's-
there's a bunch, mainly because they have the highest population.
Highest population,
You
and
also
they
need to
also
keep in mind
highest-
that orcs are not reflected in the warp.
Right, exactly. So, those, but there's also like, even though we focus on the evilness of the chaos gods, Nurgle being like disease, Khorne being like just all out fucking death.
Sure.
They also represent the higher levels of those attributes. Okay. And so, for example, with Nurgle, they, when something dies, a rebirth. That has always been a huge part of like Nurgle lore. Is that they are all about like the death and the rebirth of something else. Khorne
And
is
that's
the
what they're
same
talking. And you are very correct with Nurgle.
with Nurgle, and Khorne is the same thing, but
In-
that is like Khorne on the same side is very much about honesty. No honesty, because he does not. His number one enemy in like the pantheon is Tzeentch, and that's because of his dishonesty. He likes martial and fighting for anything, but that also can be fighting for a good cause.
Well, is sort of.
Yeah.
Korn feeds on violence.
Yeah. Violence, but he doesn't care where the violence comes from. It's a violence. And violence have always been a part of human nature. No matter how far back, no matter how good you are,
which is
no
why,
matter how evil or bad you are,
which
violence
is why
has been a
he
part
doesn't
of people.
like Tzeentch, because Tzeentch
Is about
everybody likes to say that he's the chaos god of change, but he's not. He's
No.
really the chaos god of deception
right.
and kind of manipulation and all that kind of
puppeteering,
stuff. And
puppet
so
mastering.
it's the reason that he gets the change thing is that it's the whole like look at my right hand
Yeah.
so that you don't see what the left hand's doing kind of thing. It's a lot of bait and switch.
Bait and switch, but then also a lot of these things, like we use those tools of the chaos gods every day to also get evil and good accomplished. You know, politicians can like be saving the environment because they are using some Zeechian tactics of like, okay, I'll give you a little bit here.
Yeah,
it's
but
like compromising.
what is also the Korn? What's the Korn phrase?
Blood for the blood god.
blood for the blood god
And skulls for the skull throne. So it is literally it's violence to death. Like that's
Yes, but he does. But also, Korn does not care where the blood flows.
he doesn't care from whence the blood
from
flows.
whence the blood flows. So the blood can flow from a berserker going ham on innocent people, or the blood can come from
But at the same time,
somebody doing righteous
Korn has
justification.
literally reached out and pushed people to the point of violence.
Right, because he doesn't care.
Right, but
Where
he's
it comes
pushed
from.
people beyond the point of like, oh, you're upset.
Right,
Let's push you to violence.
right.
I would argue that at that point, if you're going like, I don't give a fuck where this comes from, but I will push you past the point of you were upset and you weren't going to commit violence. I will now push you to the point of violence.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily
about-
a healthy thing. Now, the argument can be made.
Right. And I was
That
about to make it.
The nature of Korn is that he wants you to get to that stage. It's not that it's inherently evil. It's just
that he just wants to go do violence. I'm like,
that's what he exists for.
If you're
right?
going ham on, going crazy on a bunch of pedophiles or serial killers, he doesn't.
Sure,
he don't
then I'm
give a
down for
shit.
it.
Yeah,
Right, he doesn't
give
give
a
a fuck.
shit. Yeah,
But at the same time, he also doesn't care that if you're a murderer or a pedophile and that causes blood, then
doesn't give a shit.
he doesn't give a fuck that you're a pedophile doing it. Like
Yeah.
he it's for everything.
Yeah.
I think there is an argument for they are not inherently evil. The only one that I say that doesn't apply to is Slanesh.
See, I disagree.
Ooh, I knew this.
I was kind of like
Oh.
thinking
Here we
through
go.
my head right now, and I was thinking that I would probably say the one that is inherently evil is actually Tzeentch, and not Slanesh. So Slanesh,
I'm like with like the underhanded deal and like that kind of stuff. I think that also goes into compromise and
It's also manipulation.
and manipulation.
manipulation is never good.
Okay. So
Maybe
what
I'm
is
just
what
evil.
is negotiation?
Yeah, what is a negotiate? Yeah,
Negotiation is two teams compromising. That's not
No,
manipulation.
no, it is not. Negotiation has nothing to do with compromise.
Oh, here comes a zero sum game right here.
Negotiation has zero to do with compromise. Negotiation has everything to do with me being able to leverage a better deal that I walk away from the table from.
But both sides are trying to do that, though.
Yeah, but it comes down to a skill match. It has nothing to do with whether or not. If I go into a negotiation, I'm not trying to compromise with fuck all. I'm trying to get everything I want. I am not going to the table for a negotiation thinking I'm going to make sure everybody walks away from this table with something.
No,
Like, that
but
is-
you are going to deceive the other person in thinking that you are compromising to get what you want anyway.
It's still negotiation.
Right. So
Yeah.
that's
But it's also there's like I'm like I think of baseball. I mean, like if you have a lot of pitchers, I have no pitchers, but you have a ton of left fielders, and I have no left fielders, or like the opposite. You know what I'm saying? Like okay, I'll give you a left fielder for a pitcher. That's good for both sides.
Okay, I'll put it this way.
Mhm.
Did you, I am assuming you did not mail order your wife.
No, I did not. Samantha, no.
So
No,
there was
she
some
did
amount
not.
of dating, courting.
Yes.
Yes,
Several times.
Was there
I tried
any-
several times.
Was there any show that you put on where you were like, "Ooh, this is 100% not what I'm like"?
Okay.
Like behind.
funny story. Funny story.
okay, I'm ready.
Here it comes.
I'm ready.
Samantha, and I love you, Samantha, and we're going to talk about this.
She doesn't
And
listen to
she's-
this show.
She doesn't listen to this, but this is actually super cute because she tells a story all the time. We actually started dating twice.
That tracks.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, that does make tracks,
That
right? Yeah.
100% tracks.
So I asked her out, and she was like, "Yeah, let's go." And I'm just like, "Cool." And I was like, "Oh, let's go to a farmer's market."
See, right there.
Right,
This
okay,
This
thank
is my
you.
entire
Thank
fucking
you.
point right
Nope,
here.
Nope. But I'm about to destroy it in a second. Hold on. So I did.
Now you have me intrigued, sir.
You had my attention. Now,
Now
I'm
I-
in-
yeah.
So we're going to this farmer's market, and I like ride a bike to there to try to be like, I am cool. I am
Like one of
green.
those
I'm
beach cruisers.
eco-friendly.
I'm
Friendly.
eco-friendly. Look at this guy who has 2 thumbs and is cool. This guy. And she saw through this shit immediately.
Were you wearing board shorts?
I was not wearing board shorts. I think I was wearing jeans, and so I just started sweating constantly because it was a. But like we had like one date. That was like the only date, and she was just like he wasn't being like I wasn't being myself, and she saw right through it. High fived me at the end of the date.
Fuck yeah.
Not even a hug. Not even like not even just like
Go
a
team.
Go team. All right. Well, see you later.
Fuck yes.
Like
How
that
did you
was-
redeem
So
yourself?
she was friends with her cousin was dating one of my roommates. And we would be hanging out all the time together, and I was madly in love with Samantha, and she knew it. She just let me just be that way. And like after then the second date we started was New Year's Eve, and I went and I decided to be like there was actually a moment in like getting ready where I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna be me. I'm just gonna do me. And we had a great night together, and the rest is history.
So my point is,
So my point
But
is
you
that
did-
your negotiation of like underhanded tactics and everything didn't work. That
It-
you
it
needed to
didn't.
be your true self,
However-
and present a deal that was good for both sides.
but you presented something that wasn't real, but
Yeah.
it wasn't done for malicious intent. It was to try to attract something because like you said, you were madly in love with her and
Yeah,
da da da
yeah,
da.
yeah.
So it was a
100%.
I'm going to put on the show that
Yeah.
I think I need to
to
get the attention,
Yeah.
right? So that isn't
I think I wrote like a fixie, like a,
yeah. So Jesus. Oh my God. So wow. My point with that is that it wasn't done for evil intentions. This
No.
was
I'm like, but
this was
Yeah.
I think that's what, and it happens all the time,
yeah,
right? Now that's the Zinchian idea of show them what they need to see
yeah. But
to further your goals.
But what I thought she needed to see was completely wrong.
Now, the show you put on was incorrect,
Right.
But I'm talking about the intent.
Yeah.
Now you figured out, like I just said, the Zinchian ideal is show them what they need to see
Okay. Yeah.
to get the result you want.
Okay.
Now whether that's the whole courting, let me put something on the peacocking of it, or
Yeah.
it's the whole like, okay, in Sam's case, she didn't want the peacock, she wanted
She wanted
you just
she
be
wanted
like,
the real deal.
the real cock, no peacocks,
No peacocks here.
all real cocks.
Not true.
It's not true.
Oh, you made 3 of them, so
Yeah, I made
Yeah, well, first off, you got a twofer.
a 2 for 1. I got a
that's,
2
you
for
got 2
one.
for 1.
Yeah.
That's a BOGO deal, baby.
I got a BOGO on one of
Yeah,
those
that-
on 2 of
that
those
doesn't-
kids.
That doesn't fucking count.
Yeah, that isn't. Yeah.
Like if you go to Costco and it's half off, it's not like, oh, I got 2 of them. They were so cheap, and it's like you bought one. You just got another one.
You
with
just
it,
got
yeah.
another one. It just came in. Yeah. It's just. Do you need 2 TVs?
They
Hmm.
do. Trust
Great
me,
deal,
you really
why not?
only want to watch one of them at a time.
I love you girls. If this is since this is the
They are
internet.
cute as shit, though.
If
I'm not
it's-
gonna lie.
Since this is the
Very cute.
internet and it lives forever, I love you guys.
One of them though can't decide if she likes me or not.
Which one was it?
Charlotte.
Kate?
Fucking Charlie.
Charlie?
So I met Charlie the first time, right? Walk in and
At the
and
birthday party.
fucking Jazz is here. She runs right over to me. I pick her up. I'm walking around with her. It's all great.
Yeah.
We go have dinner the other night. And Charlie walks in and same thing. Jazz is here, and she just hid behind fucking Sam. And I was like,
nope.
I was like,
the fuck?
I literally look identical to the way I was. Like,
Yeah.
whatever.
What
Well, that's children.
propaganda are you feeding these children?
They're 2.
I know, we don't see them enough.
I know.
Even Ben didn't recognize us. And we
Yeah.
had
No,
motorcycles.
Ben had the whole. He was looking at us like,
I know you.
I know you. It was like somebody you used to work with, but like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're like
Like-
looking
Well,
at
you
him
have to
going
also
like,
think like a year or a half, like couple months and a 2-year-old's life is just like
Yeah.
like it's
lot.
just like 10 years for
like we
everybody
haven't
else.
seen him in a month. For a 2-year-old, that's literally like
Forever.
10% of their lifespan.
Yeah,
like
right.
they're like that. And I don't like kids, so fucking I don't
Yeah.
really care. But Charlie's
Anyway,
cool though. I like Charlie. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's pretty decent.
Yeah, they're all pretty decent. Anyway,
But
Anyway, so Slanesh,
Slanesh,
not evil.
okay.
Slanesh, I don't see Slanesh.
I don't think Zinch is evil. I literally, in my opinion,
Yeah.
out of the 4 of them,
Yeah.
Slanesh is the only inherently evil one.
It's hard. It's hard to give him some good quality.
And-
I'm like he could be like passion,
But look, let's look at where it even,
artistic passion.
let's look at where
It's excess passion.
let's look at where Slanesh even came from.
desire.
But where did they even come from?
Lot of sex.
10,000 years of debauchery.
of
Who doesn't
That's
procreation.
love
literally-
debauchery?
But that's how it's described. It's 10,000 years of debauchery, including like mutilation.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just
Yeah.
like not debauchery in like the fun kind where it's like Metallica level S&M. Like it was like
Or like we're going crazy on a Saturday night, and I'm gonna go
Yeah.
like I'm knocking over a bike.
this wasn't
German
the whole like this
dungeon
wasn't the whole
shit.
like babe, we're getting wild tonight. I brought some of those sex dice.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's,
exactly.
We're
Yeah,
not
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about that level. We're talking about like it. You know,
the
it's like
119 levels of.
I'm gonna make a fleshlight out of your intestines. Like it's like weird, like
Yeah.
like hardcore fucking out
like,
there
if you-
shit.
That's why 100% like present company excluded because I actually know you. But if I ever go to a table and I see someone that's like super into Slanesh, walking away from that guy.
Yeah, like I mean, you were talking about just creating creatures that are completely chimeric. The birth of Slanesh came from 10,000 years of just absolute fucked behavior
Yeah.
to the level that it was manifesting itself in the warp as an emotion. And then even Slanesh fucking with one of her servants came out and was like, "I'm gonna dance for you," and danced and like not good enough. You get to twerk for eternity, and like one of their she's just
The
out there
mask.
fucking.
That's fucked up.
She's throwing it back and has been for like another 10,000 years.
Yeah, it's
Like,
terrible. It's like,
Yeah, she's-
somebody wants to show off something they think they're good at, and instead of being like, you did a really good job. I applaud the effort. It was like, nope.
I think Slanesh
redo.
also gives you a really good like cortisol release and dopamine hit.
Yeah, so does like
yeah, so
fucking
does
heroin.
crack cocaine.
Yeah, exactly. So
That
it's
doesn't
not
make it
inherently
good.
Yeah, it doesn't make
evil.
it's a good thing. I'm like, have you
Yeah,
seen
go
the
see your
Walking
blood, take
Zombies?
cocaine.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Crack is inherently evil. Like it's bad.
Thanks, George W. Bush.
There's no
Or HW.
there's no. I can't think of one redeeming quality when it comes to crack. Like it's just like nobody's ever walked up to me like casually and just been like, "Hey man,
crack.
You want some
you want to do a little crack this
You wanna do
weekend?"
some crack?
And I've been like, not usually my thing, but
You know what? I don't want to sleep for 3 days.
yeah, and it's like I'll do a little crack, sell my truck.
Yeah.
Maybe like donate a tooth. Like fucking. It's not a thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not a fucking thing. Like
I mean,
it's
like,
just
at least-
inherently
at least-
bad.
James Taylor was on heroin when he wrote all those great songs. At least he had that,
That's
you know.
yeah, beautiful things can come out of addiction.
No one did it from
No.
from crack cocaine.
Everything comes out of addiction. It could be beautiful. Could be fucking crazy.
You know what?
Like Amy Winehouse?
I will give
Yeah.
you some of that.
Great singer.
Was it because of the drugs she was a great singer, or did she stop becoming a great singer?
She probably became a great singer because of the personality of her being on drugs. Same thing as Lana Del Rey.
I think she probably was a better writer
Okay.
because she was on some drugs.
There you go.
Yeah,
And some painters are better on drugs.
that's true.
Okay,
And
first
Jack
off-
Kerouac did like a bunch of fucking.
Oh, we're not
Speed.
even going to get into this because I'm about to, I was going to say, okay, first off, all the ones that we know are on a bunch of fucking drugs. I hate to tell you this, their paintings suck. They do. I'll say it.
Yeah,
How many
think-
toes I got on the ground?
10 toes pointed right at
And
you.
I'll fucking say it. All of these fucking
You think
doped
Dali
out,
was an awful
doped
painter?
out impressionistic fucking painters where they're barely recognizable shapes, they fucking suck. I don't give a shit who you are. I don't care. They fucking suck at it. They suck.
Okay,
They're awful.
okay.
Okay. I don't know if Dali
Looking
was
at you,
on
Pablo.
drugs.
Looking at you, Pablo,
I don't
from back behind the grave.
Was
Fuck your
Salvador Dali
period.
on drugs with his crazy stuff that he did?
Dali?
Dali.
Yeah.
Was he on drugs?
Yeah.
His
Yeah.
stuff is super dope.
Yeah,
You've
but the
seen a
thing
real
is-
Dali in
But
person?
he's got skill.
Yeah, he's got skill.
Well,
I
yeah.
can rec.
Like all these like
But Picasso's are fucking awful.
Van Gogh.
Van Gogh's got skill.
He's got
If you
skill.
actually go look at that, it's all recognizable.
He can only-
He developed a unique style. That's actually true. All the stuff that we actually like, it's true. He was cleaned up. He had like a huge psychotic break, probably from the level of drugs that he was using before that.
Right.
broke his brain.
But all of his best paintings were actually done clean. But no, I'm a huge fan of all the big ones. So Starry Night, Sunflowers,
Yeah.
the Cafe Terrace,
Beautiful shit,
all that.
yeah.
They're beautiful. But when you actually look at them, there is a depth and a level and a care that is in every detail. Picasso, though, I can barely understand what the fuck's on the page, and not from it's because he was no, it's because he sucks. He's
Yeah.
fucking bad.
Yeah.
All right, he's bad.
See, I go with more like the writers. Like for example, like in the Beat generation, which is some of my favorite writing, Jack Kerouac, Allen Ginsberg, all that kind of stuff. They were all on speed doing that shit.
You
also,
are so from California.
I am 100%. Also,
Queen was on drugs.
Queen was on drugs. And also, most baseball players in the 80s, 90s, and 70s was on speed.
That's why baseball was awesome then, though.
That was fucking awesome, wasn't it? Greenies, baby.
Dude, late 70s and early 80s NBA.
Oh, yeah.
You had a
They were just-
22-year-old that was just ripcord muscle, and it's
Just,
like,
I'm running
why
for
does he
10
look like that? And
hours.
it's like, that's methamphetamines.
Yeah,
that's what
meth.
does that. But,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. They had
Can run for
greenies. They had
days.
they had speed. Yeah.
fucking.
So maybe speed is okay for athletic pursuits.
Yeah, but okay, first off, I will be the first one to tell you when it comes to, like, athleticism, like major league sports,
Yeah.
whatever you want.
Yeah, I know you.
Lift all the bands.
Yeah.
Fucking push that shit to the absolute limit.
Yeah, with baseball. I
Now,
want to see
you're not allowed to
120
use
mile an hour
anything-
fastball.
You're
at
not allowed to
600
use
feet.
anything up through, like, NCAA.
Yeah, I've heard your theory on this, and I'm a huge fan of this.
But once you go to the bigs,
yeah,
Fucking let it rip.
once it says M, like if you were
national or
National.
yeah,
like once you are a pro,
yeah. Once your
fucking
entire
no holds
money
barred.
comes, just like fucking do it.
all day.
Like the Australian games that they're doing.
Is that actually happening?
Yeah, the unlimited games.
The unlimited
that's
games.
gonna
I
fucking
need
be
to
awesome.
double check their website and see if they
But,
set a date.
Okay, because that's great.
Dude, you want proof of that shit? Fucking Hamilton Rangers, fucking
Yeah.
And
You
that's
wanna-
after they got him off the shit. Like
You want to tell me
He's
none of
really
those
good.
CrossFitters are out there actually taking
they're all
any
on.
drugs?
Oh,
First
they're
off,
all-
the CrossFit games are what we're going to see in Australia. Like I'll fucking say
They're
it.
they're just insane.
They're all on drugs.
But
yeah.
Slanesh is evil.
Yes, that's just evil.
The other three, I think there are.
There's redeemable qualities to them.
I think you are dealing with forces of nature, right? Like so, Nurgle disease. He focuses on what he's really the god of entropy. It's that everything that is will change and fall apart.
Entropy.
And that's what entropy is. Like
Entropy.
it's a randomness of
I love the
standard
jazz
falling
big words.
into decay because he understands that everything's a cycle. So that's what he does, right? Zinj understands that everything changes. And so he is the representation of everything is going to change, whether you cause it to change or that randomness is going to create that change. Same thing with Korn.
Korn's violence.
Aggression and violence is just inherent to emotion.
Yeah.
And so that's what it is. Then you have Slanesh.
Every time I've kind of looked at it, Slanesh just always feels like this weird, like,
Well, it's-
edgelord afterthought
It's
with the 40,000.
but they literally come afterwards.
Yeah.
They are Slanesh did not exist.
Yeah.
Like when chaos came, when the warp and chaos came into being from the first emotions being born, it was the original three. There was no Slanesh. It took an entire population to fall
For Slanesh to be born.
into that madness and debauchery that it was for them to be born.
Mm-hmm.
There was no Slanesh in the beginning, so it's literally a god created from the worst parts of a population being manifest.
Yeah.
That's
it's
what I'm
terrible.
saying is that Slanesh is inherently evil.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just,
Plus, why do you have one titty and a crab claw? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what?
yeah.
That's how you make all your creatures?
2 heads, 1 titty.
Well, that's how they're not really represented to other people, though.
Well, so But that's the other
which
thing.
is deception.
There's also absolutely no honesty in them because every time you see a creature of Slaanesh, you only see what is most attractive to you. That's actually what you see.
So the models, that's their true representation, but like to like a space marine,
But nobody's ever
they don't look
seen
like that.
their true self. They look at whatever you find most attractive.
See, it's messed up. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm out.
I mean, everybody
I'm
makes
out.
the joke that Slaanesh is just the god of butt stuff,
Yeah,
but it's
it's not wrong.
way deeper than that.
That's what she said.
Snuff, the god of snuff.
Don't no. We're not.
I mean,
We're
it
not.
falls in the
We're not
category.
getting that hardcore. Mature content. Comment on this.
We just joined
Spotify.
TikTok. We can't do it.
Yeah, we
You
can't,
can't
do
do
it.
it.
Can't do it. Can't
But,
talk about that. I
yeah.
don't want an 88 millimeter.
So so my stance on it, 3 of them are just
Cage.
forces of nature.
Yeah.
One of them is inherently evil.
evil. Yeah, and that's I think that's a really good talk about it. I'm like also I think Zeech can be a little bit evil too, just because he does have a certain dishonesty.
I don't
quality
think
to
it's
him.
Zinch though. I think it's
He has a certain dishonest quality to it.
It's those that would easily fall to him
I guess
that
that's
would become
true.
manipulated. They're not.
Yeah,
They're the weakness in those that would fall to him
right.
are only going to take action that. Although he does like being rather he likes a lot of subterfuge. So he'll do things like
he does.
change the text in things and
And like
and-
everything is just inherently dishonest, and dishonesty is never what you want it to be. So yeah, no, I'm with Caitlin.
So you're thinking, are you going more 50-50
What do you mean?
on the Pantheon? It's like half good,
Yeah, half bad, half good, half bad. I think
or at
definitely
least half not evil,
half not evil, half pretty fucked up. I'm like, and there's a degree to fucked up. Like there's Slaanesh, which is like going to that Super Bowl of fucked up, and then there's like
Yeah, but at least
Slaanesh,
there's
like
at least Slaanesh is honest about
yes,
how fucked up
yeah,
they
yeah.
are. They're
yeah,
just
Slaanesh is going on that is giving that interview, just being like, we're gonna get weird, guys.
Yeah, that'd be fucking-
You don't want to if you're coming into this room, you got to just guard your loins.
Look, foreplay. We're starting with the minivan.
Yeah, like that's just weird. It's gonna get weird in here.
Yep.
Just a rousing game of who's in my mouth.
Okay, so you're going. None of them are evil.
Not inherently evil.
Okay, I'm going. One of them is inherently evil.
I'm going with half and half because I think
and you're splitting it down the middle.
I think Korn and Nurgle have some redeeming qualities to them,
I think they all have redeeming qualities to them.
and I think you're wrong.
I think Slaanesh gives people dopamine. Dopamine makes you happy and not depressed. That is a redeeming quality.
Violence releases dopamine.
That is
that's
corn.
just too-
So if that's your only trick, then. Now the question is, what if you're into violent, kinky shit?
Yeah. You gotta have Slaanesh and
Then
Korn just hanging out in the
Think
same room.
Slaanesh and Corn are fighting over
Just
who's
hanging-
going to take that one.
Yeah, just everyone looking at me like, I don't know. You can have them. I'm gonna give them to you. Both of them are just like, nah. You do enough fucked up shit during that. Both of them are just like, nah,
Stop.
I'm good. I'm
No,
good.
since you
I'm
can
good.
have them. They're weird.
She's just like, what?
Double it and give it to the next person.
Yeah.
Did you hear about
Chaos
the Space Wolves model update?
No, what happened?
You didn't? They're releasing new dogs.
Are they really?
Yep.
Is this like a segue to like the Russ is Right thing, or is this actually a thing?
No, I just didn't know if you were paying attention because they just had Warhammer Day.
They released dogs? No.
Yeah, there's new
Yeah.
puppies coming.
Really?
Yep.
Fuck yes.
Their names are Timex and Rolex, and they're Russ's watchdogs.
I hate you. I hate you.
He said this joke last night. He goes, "Hey, can we get a pair of Dobermans?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know you love Dobermans. Like, cool, yeah, let's get some Dobermans." And he was like, "Cool, I'm gonna name them Timex and Rolex because then we want watchdogs." And I was like, "And you can leave."
And then you just got up from the room, just like, well, I was cooking dinner, and now dinner is burning.
I thought we
And
were having a wedding, but I guess we are not.
Yeah, I was excited for about a couple of years for this one, not anymore.
It's such a good joke, though.
You're welcome.
And now I kind
Did
of
you
want to
see
get
how
two
excited
dogs.
he was
I
about the
was so
Yeah,
excited.
He was so excited.
about the updated puppies?
Jazz is
I hate that so
Siege.
much. It's true.
He has manifesting Siege right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
You evil fuck.
Mm-hmm.
You
Deception.
Deception, just to make a joke.
But if he did get those dogs,
he would be right.
it'd be the correct
It
move.
would be the correct move.
Because Russ is right.
Russ is always right.
Go check out
Please do.
secondpitchbeer.com. Give them some love. Go find them on all social medias. Throw them a like, even if you're
You
not
guys
local.
got TikToks now.
And, they're on
Yeah.
TikTok.
Yeah, we got a social media person doing like weird TikToks with like the same 3 people, and it's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
It's fucking funny.
You can also go check out BattlePub.com.
We also have a TikTok,
we also have a TikTok, and so does the show,
which is under BattlePub.
Is it under the
It's under
BattlePub?
BattlePub.
Oh,
I gotta
we'll
change
make
it.
one for Warhammer.
I gotta change it.
Yeah, we'll change it.
We're
We're gonna have a Warhammered one that you can go fucking
I
follow.
love it. I'm really excited.
Uh,
That's the first time I missed them.
So go find all of BattlePub's social media stuff, and there may be some Warhammered fucked up merch.
I'm
coming-
really excited about the merch.
coming
I did.
down. That's that you can get your hands
on
on.
the text,
We can ask everyone
the TXT.
what tagline they would like to see
Yeah.
on some T-shirts.
If you
Oh,
were
yeah.
going to, if you were gonna get some merch from Warhammer,
If you
what
had a
would want it to be?
$20 bill in your hand and you had to choose,
you ain't getting fuck all from this show.
we're
okay,
like,
if you had
take
a
my money.
$40 bill
There
in your
you
hand,
go.
and you were like, take my money, and you would want a Russ's Right
Obviously,
shirt or a wave top level shirt.
obviously, but also
Which one do you choose?
wave top level.
I like it.
I would do the Russ's Right.
So,
But I definitely want to do
course
the
you
shirt. Be like #1 podcast on Spotify, recorded at Rolling Oaks Mall.
yeah, asterisk.
Asterisk.
So, anyways, games, jinx, and hijinks. We're all about it around here. I've got some more beer to drink
Drink local beer.
and some more disappointment to dish out to Jim.
Yeah,
So we're going to.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, Watch Dogs. Hit him with him, Jim.
Bye. I didn't have enough breath for that one.